Now to the confrontation between Kamal Hassan and Kannada groups. It will play out in the Karnataka High Court. Raj Kamal Films, the producer of the to-be-released Kamal starrer Thug Life, has moved the Karnataka High Court seeking orders for the smooth release of the film in the state. The actor has faced sharp criticism in Karnataka for his comments that quote-unquote Kannada was born out of Tamil at a launch event, following which the BJP, Congress, the Karnataka Rakshana Vedike and other forces have demanded an apology from him, failing which they've threatened a ban on the film's release. The actor, backed by the DMK and on his way to the Rajya Sabha, has categorically refused to apologize. The Karnataka Film Chamber has declared the release will be banned. If there is no apology, Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar tried to steer clear of the controversy.
ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕ್ಷಮ ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಥಗ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಡಾಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗಿದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾಡಿನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿನೂ ಅಪೋಸ್ ಖಂಡನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
I don't want to comment because I don't know the history of that issue. So let me go to my records and then I will speak. I don't want to make this a political issue. We all are neighbors. We all have to work together, live together. Our water goes to Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu people come here. We are not enemies. We all are friends. But I would like to tell everyone to be calm, be patient. Nothing is permanent in life.
Will the courts help Kamal Hassan? Are threats of a ban a brute infringement on his freedoms? Or has he failed to diplomatically negate an emotionally explosive issue, making the confrontation worse? Well, joining me this evening, film critic Lata Srinivasan from Chennai and senior journalist R.K. Upadhyay from Bengaluru. Lata, you followed Kamal very closely. Most personalities in the film world, whether it's in Tamil Nadu or Karnataka, have privately said this is too delicate an issue for them to speak out. Those like Shiv Rajkumar, for instance, are believed to have been put in an extremely delicate spot. Going to the court, some would argue, only will harden positions. Is he absolutely unwilling to negate this diplomatically?
Thanks, Veer Raghav. I think at this point he is not willing to back down because he wouldn't have taken the legal recourse if he was willing to apologize. The movie is releasing on Thursday, so that's just 2 days away. And he's in Dubai today promoting the film. They're likely to be back tomorrow. And the Karnataka Film Chamber has given him time till noon tomorrow to apologize. I don't see anything happening, by then. So we'll just have to wait and see what the courts do next.
Right. When you make that point, Lata, let me take this across to R.K. Upadhyay, sir. You've seen many such controversies play out, not just now, for many, many years. Going to the courts, does it harden the confrontation? Do you believe that there will be some way out? There will be some noise, but there will be his movie allowed? Because there seems to be multiple players at play here.
Raghavan, I don't know whether going to the court is going to help Kamal Hassan at all, because this is an issue which court cannot decide on. And he has, stepped on the cons which he should not have. And there were multiple, means by which he could have assuaged the feelings. I mean, I remember at one point he said, if I have done anything wrong, I will apologize. He has obviously been proved wrong. And he himself has admitted that, I might have made a mistake, and out of love I've done this. That is not an excuse at all. He should have quietly said, look, I might have been misinformed in what I said, and I withdraw that statement. Period. There was no need for apology at that point of time. And he didn't do that. And he has now stuck to his point saying that I am not going to apologize. There are people who argue that, Kamal Hassan doesn't know. I mean, he's not a linguist. He's not an expert. And what he said should be allowed to go. But I don't think that is going to work, because he's an opinion maker. He's a senior actor, and his opinion is taken seriously by a lot of people. And when this remains on record, people tend to believe it. And it's not the case at all. I mean, everybody knows now, Kannada was not born out of Tamil, and it has its own individualistic, status. And Kannada, for his information, more than 2,000 years old. I mean, Tamil might be slightly older than Kannada, but Kannada has its own standing. And remember, Jnanpith Award is one of the highest and the oldest literary awards. Kannada has won 8 Jnanpith Awards. And next only to Hindi. Hindi has got 12. You know how many Jnanpith Awards Tamil has? Just 2. I mean, it's not a reflection on the ancient Tamil language, but the fact of the matter is that it has got just 2 Jnanpith Awards. So let us not kid about this kind of a statement being made, and then he adamantly saying that I'm not going to withdraw this. It's not going to help at all.
Right, you're making a very important point there. My colleague Deepak Bopanna also joins us. Deepak, even if the courts allow it, what's the sense you're picking up from the administration and the police force? Is there a sense of nervousness about how they will have to implement it, even if the courts go ahead and, let's say, allow the release of the film or enforce the release of the film?
Well, Veera, it's a very precarious situation really that the government is in. At this point in time, they're just waiting to what the judgment in this case would be, if there is going to be an order before the release of this particular movie, because there's pressure from various quarters, there's pressure from within, there's pressure from the opposition for the government, there's pressure from pro-Kannada groups. Now the film chamber is saying, well, we will go with the pro-Kannada organizations because there are politicians as well who are getting actively involved. You have the Minister for Kannada and Culture who's writing to the film chamber of Karnataka to impose a ban on the movie if the apology doesn't come in. There are pro-Kannada activists who are going to theatre owners and demanding that they should not screen the movie. Now this particular petition that has been filed in the Karnataka High Court makes it very interesting. Firstly, they are requesting that there shouldn't be a ban and the court should ensure this. They're also saying that when the movie is released, there should be security to the actor, to the directors, to the crew members, to even the audience who come to the theatres. Now with the representatives of the government themselves who are seeking for a ban on this film if there's no apology that comes in, how will the police really look at this issue? If the court actually orders for security of the audience, can they really do it? So it really puts the government and the police in a very precarious situation. We'll really have to see in the next couple of days whether there'll be a response that will come in from Mr. Kamal Hassan and how things unfold in the state of Karnataka.
Right. R.K. Upadhyay, you just heard Deepak Bopanna there. Very briefly, in 30 seconds, given that it's also a question of freedom of his expression, well, bans through brute force is an infringement of that. How possible is it for the government to enforce the movie smoothly releases here? How bad do you anticipate a reaction to it if it is released here?
You see, there cannot be an official ban. I agree that nobody can ban a film, but can you force the people to go and see it? Can you force the producers or the exhibitors to exhibit it? I mean, they also have their rights. They will say that I don't want to take this film. So, I mean, how will this court interfere and say that, look, you must exhibit this film? So this is a very tricky situation, and Kamal Hassan himself is to blame for all this, what he has done. I mean, it is needless controversy that is created. We all know that the actors indulge in this kind of tamasha to make the film popular or get free publicity, but he has got into a big mess by doing this kind of a thing. And we all know that he is going to Rajya Sabha now as a DMK supported member, and he should be more responsible. Right. He's getting into public life. He's a failed politician who has not won even single
seat. There are multiple points that
you're 2018 contested 2 assembly elections and Lok Sabha elections and has not won a single seat. He's a failed politician. And he's going to
you made a very, very important point, Ramprasad Upadhyay. I've run completely out of time on this conversation, but I'll have to leave it there. Thanks very much, Lata. We'll see how Kamal Hassan responds to it. But while the makers of the film have refused to respond to the controversy, director Mani Ratnam did speak about making the film to my colleague Sam Daniel. Listen in.
Working together with Mr. Kamal Hassan after 40 years, was it a challenge? Was it fun?
It was really an extension of what we had worked before. I did Nayak, and he was a big star already, and I was close to a beginner. He had a 20-year lead over me.
Right.
So I think he gave us the freedom at that point of time, and the similar freedom exists even today. So it's really a pleasure to have somebody who brings a lot to the table, not just as an artist, but as somebody who loves cinema and wants to make better cinema. So it's really having a shot in the arm.
Many would look at Thug Life to be a kind of a sequel to Nayagan in terms of its theme. Gangster drama, as many call it. How have you made it different?
It's in the same genre, but it's not a sequel. Maybe a distant cousin, maybe spiritually on similar lines, but the approach is completely different. It is one spark from that which is taken a tangential thing, and it's a drama. It's an emotional drama with a lot of action in it, and hopefully it'll be very different from Nayakan.
How is this hero different from Nayakan?
Well, I think you have to see the film to really make that out before I can talk to you about it. But it will be different. The circumstances are different. The conflict points are different. There it was a battle between him and the world. Here the battle with him and the world around him, just the immediate world. So there is a difference.